Welcome to a Weekly Gaming News 10 and 10 for the week ending May 20th, 2017. A Weekly Gaming News 10 and 10 is where I go over 10 news stories in the past week in 10 minutes or less. Off we go. In their most recent fiscal report, Sega has outlined a plan, the road to 2020. In the plan, they noted that they wanted to expand existing IPs, obtain new IPs for North American and European PC games, be entrusted with outsourced development, challenge for new IPs, have effective utilization of development engines, and the most exciting part, the revival of major IPs. I, for one, am excited to see what Sega brings back and how. At this year's Google I/O, Google has announced that they have partnered with HTC and Lenovo for standalone VR headsets. These, unlike PlayStation VR, Oculus Rift, or Samsung's Gear VR, would not need an external computing device. All of the VR sensors and computing power will be on board. At this point, there are no specs available, but look for these devices to be available sometime later this year. UbiSoft made a few announcements in an earnings report this past week. First, they announced that Far Cry 5 is in development and scheduled to be released sometime before April 2018. Ubisoft also noted that South Park, The Fractured But Whole, The Crew 2, and an Assassin's Creed game will all launch before the end of the 2017 fiscal year, which ends March 31, 2018. They also announced that a AAA title that was scheduled to debut for the 2017 fiscal year has been pushed back to the 2018 fiscal year, which runs April 1, 2018 through March 31, 2019. Xbox One gets an update that adds Killer Instinct to Arena for Xbox Live. You will, after installing this update, be able to register for Killer Instinct tournaments directly from the dashboard. Players will also be able to create tournaments for their Xbox Live clubs. This update also adds notification for LFG posts by friends and players you follow, a party chat overlay, a Dolby Atmos app, and integration between Xbox Live clubs and Beam. Fresh off of their win over Oculus, Zenimax targets Samsung with a VR lawsuit. The lawsuit states that Samsung Gear VR infringes on Zenimax tech and trade secrets, since it is powered by Oculus software. The lawsuit could be a long shot, as even though they were awarded $500 million, that award was for the violation of an NDA and not the infringement of trade secrets or technology. Esports continues to make waves, so there's little surprise that live CSGO events are coming to Facebook. ESL announced that they inked a deal with the social media giant to bring 5,500 hours, of which 1,500 is exclusive content, to Facebook. This content will include Rank S CSGO matches, as well as ESL 1 and Masters events. All of the content will be streamed in English, French, German, Polish, Portuguese, and Spanish. There'll also be a Facebook Live series that looks back at match highlights and more. Programming is set to start in June, and fans can watch on ESEA's Facebook page. Bungie debuted Destiny 2 gameplay this past Thursday. They teased new subclasses for the Hunter, Titan, and Warlock, as well as new planets to explore. Bungie promised a deeper, more involved story and changes to Destiny's PvP mode, the Crucible, most notably changing the base game from 6-on-6 to 4-on-4. There is much more announced in the hour-long presentation, including a beta that will be available to everybody that pre-orders a copy of the game. Destiny 2 is set to release on September 8th. Out of the rumor mill, is Microsoft trying to salvage Scalebound? This speculation began when it is noticed that Microsoft renewed the trademark. The rumors speculate that the teams involved are working to salvage the project, or that Microsoft will have it reworked from the ground up without the help of Platinum Games. There's no word from anyone of note, so I would recommend taking this all with a grain of salt. Nintendo's ARM Direct pulled the wraps off the upcoming Nintendo Switch Brawler. They showed off fighter customization and skill sets, game modes 1 vs 1, 2 vs 2, V-Ball, Hoop, Skill Shot, and a Horde mode type 1-on-100. They also showcased 3 new characters and detailed dates for the Global Test Punch. ARMS will be available for the Nintendo Switch on June 16th of this year. And an update. During last week's episode of a Weekly Gaming News show, we discussed Project RepRap and their Kickstarter. There was a bit of an uproar over their stretch goals, especially for getting a title on the Nintendo Switch. Well, the developers have decided to pull the stretch goals, stating that they wanted to re-examine their goals. They have asked for patience while they piece together a new funding plan. Again, the internet has spoken. It's time to wrap up this episode. But before I go, I want to give a shout out to the new Challenger Discord. If you would like to improve your play in Street Fighter V and now Injustice 2, the new Challenger Discord is the place to be. With one-on-one and group coaching, tournaments, and an extremely helpful and friendly community, you won't just be playing, you will be winning. Visit them at www.newchallenger.gg for more information and to sign up. Don't forget, a weekly gaming news show Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 2300 UTC, hosted by myself, Todd, and Trinell, live on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube.